Have a little Shemoke show brought to you by Nugenics. Now get a complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T when you text 231-231 and enter the keyword fearless. Nugenics. Boost your testosterone like I've been doing. Text 231-231, enter the keyword fearless. Thanks, Nugenics. And thank you, Shemeka, for joining me today. I've got an interesting topic for you. Our lawmakers, our black lawmakers, have done something absolutely amazing. I don't know if you've seen this, but Lord have mercy. They've established a task force for hip hop. They're going to unlock the power of hip hop on the American public and use it as a political tool. This is so incredible. Let's watch Jamal Bowman and these other clowns talk about the power of hip hop.
Hip hop is not just music. It's not just an art form. It's a culture with a multi-billion-dollar economy, but we haven't harnessed the power of it yet to make transformative change in legislation.
The Black Music Action Coalition is an advocacy organization that's committed to utilizing the cultural capital of Black music to influence the music industry and greater society on the issues of racial justice and equity through policy, philanthropic, and educational initiatives.
What you are watching is the maturation of the culture. You are watching us come together and take something that came from nothing, that came out of despair, that came out of being disenfranchised, right? It came out of a political system that used us, but we didn't use. Now you're seeing the effects of that culture growing up.
We know that hip hop builds bridges across our communities. And I'm thrilled to be part of a task force that supports that bridge building.
By focusing on congressional policies that safeguard the rights and interests of artists, producers, and fans alike, we will not only honor hip-hop's significant contribution to our cultural landscape, but also ensure that its vibrant legacy is preserved and respected.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. You know, I got the first bill that I want to suggest for these guys. I want some twerk legislation. I want some weight restrictions placed on who can twerk publicly. I think, seriously, there should be some, if you're twerking and you're over 150 pounds and shorter than 5'4", there should be some sort of tax you have to pay. The twerk bill would be the first thing I hope this task force addresses.
That would be a good one, Jason. When I watched this video, it pissed me off simply because what type of legislation do we need for my coochie pink, my booty hole brown? What type of legislation do we need for bitch hoe? What type of legislation do we need for the music today? I'm not talking about the hip hop, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the music that we have today that we call hip hop that is dangerous for our youth to ingest. What type of legislation do we need for that? And I also get upset because the Democrats think that Black people are so stupid and controlled by symbolism that they'll cheer this on. But what's worse than the Democrats thinking that is that it's true. It's true. Black people are so caught up in symbolism. That's why we watched all the arguing and over the lift every voice and sing being sang at the Super Bowl. I could not care less whether that song is a national Black national anthem. I didn't care. That's why we saw Black people getting so hype about Juneteenth. That's why we saw them when they were talking about putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, celebrating as if this was going to put more money in their bank account. That's why we saw them celebrate them taking Aunt Jemima off the syrup bottle and Uncle Ben's off the rice box, because it was symbolism. You know, it doesn't matter that the Democrats are ushering in a whole new voting block while we push degeneracy. It doesn't matter because we have this, you know, Juneteenth is now a federal holiday. I'm so sick of Black people falling for the okie doke. And if they get mad that I called them stupid, prove me wrong, because they'll go out and they'll vote for the same people year after year that do nothing but hand us symbolism.
I just wonder, from Bowman to the other guys and the ladies or whatever, it's like, can they think of nothing else to do? I mean, who has time for this? Like, there are serious issues being discussed or that are on the table, and we are passing laws, the Crown Act. You know, you get to wear your hair how you want to wear your hair to work. We're passing anti-lynching legislation 50 years after lynching went out of style.
Right.
And now we're going to unlock the power of hip-hop degeneracy on the populace. Who's paying them to do this? Are these politicians really this stupid? Because and do they really think, because they're the ones that are saying, like, Black people are so stupid, they're going to see this as important and as, you know, some kind of progress, when it's actually the reverse. The more we celebrate a form of music that denigrates us, this is, how did we get here? That allegedly professional, educated people would listen to this music, call us the N-word, bitches and hoes, every other syllable, and it's like, hey, let's unlock the power of that. Let's mainstream that even more. This is a level of insanity that's unprecedented, and it goes back to, you know, we've been given over to a reprobate mind. That's all I can think of. We walk so far away from God and we're so convinced of our own intelligence that we've gone insane.
Yeah, I think they are that stupid. And I think they are that controlled by skin color that they refuse to talk about the real issues. What power are we unlocking with hip hop? You know, they won't talk about fathers not being in the home. They won't talk about this whore culture that females are pushing and celebrating. They won't talk about the fact that our kids can't read. They can't do math. They won't talk about any of that. Instead, they'll just point to the white man being the oppressor and us being victims while they give us more of the same. And of course, they think we're stupid, because even down to the local level, I look in my own city. We continue to put people in office simply because we went to church with them, simply because, you know, we graduated high school together, not really caring what their actual policies are and what they plan to do. And I'm about tired of even saying the Black community, because the Black community neighborhoods around here that used to be Black, they ain't Black. And not because they didn't vote for Joe Biden, because they did, and they continue to vote for Democrats who don't have their best interests at heart. When it comes to talking about gentrification and complaining that people are taking over neighborhoods, the white people moving into these neighborhoods, putting Black Lives Matter signs in the yard and waving the gay pride flag, they're not Republicans. These are the same people, though, these evil white liberals that you keep looking to as saviors. And there's so many Black people that have bought into that you continue to vote these same leaders who are going to push the same agenda that have Black people looking crazy. That's why you look around, there are no real Black communities anymore. We keep saying that, but they hardly exist because we don't have any shared values. I, for one, don't share values with these orangutans that I see. We don't have that anymore. We don't have where we're trying to actually push our people forward. All we have is skin worship. That's all we really have now. And it's taking us down. It's taking us out. And I can't see why people don't understand it or they don't see it. They refuse to talk about real issues.
I would love for the audience to hop in the comments and argue the other side of this. Help me understand how a hip hop task force in Congress is going to benefit any of us. Argue the other side of this, and trust me, I'm going to read the comments. Tell me how this benefits us. Tell me how me and Shemeka are mistaken. Hop in the comments. I'll be there reading. Thank you for watching.
Nothing in life like freedom. Came like a fighter, striking like a ladder, making all these moves for freedom. I want freedom. No negotiation, my sister, no relation. We all just wanna have freedom. Sitting on a corner, never been alone. I'm breaking my back for freedom. Blessed, we are living, get back. We are receiving, all deceiving. We all wanna be free. We want freedom.